27 secrets people can't reveal they know, according to Reddit. Number 27. When I was super young, maybe 6 or 7, my family was at a New Year's Eve party when someone told me that my mom was a little too drunk, so my stepdad was going to take her home and that I was going to stay at the friend's house we were at. Turns out, a little too drunk actually meant really fucking drunk and screaming in the kitchen that she just wants to die and for everything to end. She stopped drinking for a long time after that and got better, but I didn't really think anything of it because I was a kid, you know? I didn't find out what was really going on with my mom until I was 20, and she doesn't know that I know. Well, damn. Number 26. My sister-in-law is the town bicycle, which is why she's getting divorced. Disgusting. Also, she's apparently a complete size queen. Come on now. God damn. Come on now. Y'all don't. Ugh. Number 25. One of those porn sidebar ads used a picture of one of my friends. Cool. She must be fly. You know what I mean? No matter how much porn you watch of them doesn't make you friends. Oh, comedy. Number 24. Holiday season. Forget which. Maybe Christmas. Anyway, relatives from all over went to our house for a reunion night. Finished dinner, chatted with people I haven't seen in years, usual stuff. Drank a lot with the cousins, house was full, no rooms left. No choice but to compromise for a bed. Ended up sleeping with elder cousin on the same room of mine. I was dead tired from all the preparations from the day and the day prior, so I slept. I woke up later to the wet feeling in my hands and the occasional moans. I peeked and saw that my cousin was using that hand to masturbate. I was disgusted, aroused, and hesitant at the same time. Thought for a while, but the drunken feeling won over, so I ignored it. After a couple of minutes, she rocked the bed hard, then eventually calmed down. Didn't bother wiping off the juices from the hand and just went to sleep. Next day, she woke me up with a smile and spoke like nothing happened. We're still close these days. Oh my God, it's Vargas. Oh my God, am I reading a Vargas comment? Vargas respond. Do I have it in me? Okay, Vargas responds. Oh man, I had a similar experience to yours a few years back. It happened after my family's semi-annual Christmas Eve supper. It used to be one of my favorite nights of the year, not just because I get to spend time with family either. The food is the highlight for me. In particular, my grandmother's bacon and maple glazed yams. Every year I overdo it with them. The night in question was no different. Come on, what's all this noise outside? They are what put me in the awkward position. It was around 2 in the morning when the spirit of those yams came back to take their revenge. I was having a dream, something about sugar plum fairies and truck stop restroom, when I was awoke with a clatter. Even in a groggy, half-asleep state, I understood that I had farted myself awake. Being familiar with the various subtleties and nuances of my body, I knew this gastric distress would transform soon from a gaseous state and into liquid and semi-solid variants, so I needed to get a commode. And fast. There was one ready, nearby, mere footsteps away. From the bed I shared with 2 of my cousins and 1 of my sisters and 3 of our cats and Aunt Lucinda and Uncle Ray Ray. However, I was certain the groans and moans that typically accompany my number twosies would awaken anyone on the entirety of the second floor, where all the bedrooms are located. Okay, I decided using the more isolated downstairs bathroom instead was a better course of action. Also, The upstairs one had a more modern low-flow toilet that some tree-hugging leaf eater must have designed, because it could scarcely take one of my loads without considerable protest and sputtering, even on my yam-free days. As I crept down the stairway to the first floor, cheeks clenched, my attention was drawn by soft giggling and slurping sounds. By the time I reached the bottom, they became more distant, seemed to be coming from the living room. Though I was no more than 15 minutes away from giving birth to the ghost of Christmas past, curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to investigate. Quietly, I snuck across the house towards the sound, making my way down the main hallway that led to the front door. I stopped at the living room and slowly peered in. There, in full view of the Christmas tree, I saw my mother with what appeared to be a homeless man that was definitely not my father. He was donning some seriously gay apparel too, a red velvet tracksuit with a fluffy white trim around the sleeves and collar. He also had a big grimy beard and a massive gut that can only come from years spent eating bowls full of jelly. Even when he was on the opposite side of the room from me, I still caught a whiff of that fat bastard. Stunk like cinnamon schnapps, gingerbread cookies, and venison stew. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this man had been drinking and baking and possibly making stew. The weird thing about it all was that my mother seemed to know the man. She giggled at him like a pixel-gazing Japanese schoolgirl, plying him with little cookies and milk as she did. While she slurped down these treats, she kept kissing his nose, which was red. You would even say it glows. Most likely the product of decades-long addiction to alcohol and whippets. I had been watching these events unfold for several minutes when things suddenly took a turn. My mother sat the man down in the lazy boy, the one that Grandpa Leslie died in a month earlier, and began pulling down his pants, the homeless dude's pants, not Grandpa Leslie's. I couldn't quite make it out, but I think the man was saying something about my mother being on his naughty list, but he was saying it like it was a good thing. Well, that was all Mother needed to hear, because she went right to work on him. In the blink of an eye, she had a finger up his chimney and was tugging on his Yule log with a vigor that would make even the most liberal maid a milking blush, all while jingling his bells with his This isn't funny. All while jingling his bells with her tongue. It was at that point that I crept away. I simply could not watch anymore. Mother's infidelity had thoroughly ruined the holiday for me. My Christmas, unlike that homeless guy's balls, would be blue. Even the relief I got later on from unburdening myself of the previous evening's meal failed to lift my spirits. While in the middle of that hour-long endeavor, however, an odd thought popped in my mind. I am a little ashamed of it, actually, as I was recalling the night's events. I thought to myself what a laugh it would have been if Dad had just walked in and saw Mother kissing the overweight homeless man that night. Yeah. Everybody says they're flagging, Vargas on Reddit enhancement suite. That's what I have. I have him flagged with a red avoid fucking, and I still end up reading this bullshit comment. Somebody said I got about to the 5th paragraph before scrolling back up to check the username. I have you flagged on Reddit enhancement suite now. Fuck me, man. What were we doing, class? You know what I mean? Oh my god. What's a secret that they can't know? Okay. Secret that can't be revealed. I forgot what I titled it even. Number 23. That all my friends' oops babies were calculated plans executed by their girlfriends, and the birth control didn't work because she had stopped for 2 months and didn't tell you on purpose. I know a friend that had that exact thing happen to him. The poor guy. The poor guy. Well, women are fucking evil. What do you guys want? Number 22. A while ago, my friend's sister gave me her old phone because mine broke, and I could not afford a new one. All the numbers and everything were cleared, but there was a couple of pictures of her boobs. Oh. So I've seen my friend's sister's boobs. Cool. You know? Edit, this was probably 2 years ago, and I doubt she knew. She had a bunch of old phones, and I chose the nicest one she had. She is also 6 years older than me and is married, so she definitely wasn't making a move. I deleted them right away. You pussy. Anyway. Yeah, that's what it's kind of like a passing thought. Everybody's like, you think maybe she did it on purpose? A boom shalarky. Oh boy. Number 21. Number 21. Oh God, that he got pegged by his fiance. Apparently a guy knows that his friend got pegged by his fiance. For those of you who don't know what getting pegged is, it's when a lady puts on a strap on and gets all in the butt of a man. He is a good friend of mine, goes on this person, but she and I are even closer. Okay. But she and I are even closer, and she got drunk one night and told me, I definitely don't judge. I mean, I'm a gay man with daddy fantasies and a penchant for water sports. Ooh, follow your kink. But I know he would be super embarrassed if he knew that I knew. He's a pretty conservative, traditional guy in most outward ways, so I keep it to myself, and congratulations on him for getting his rocks off in a way that's a little out of the box for him. Dude, man, he must be comfortable with that lady. There is a reason that she's the fiance. Most men won't even share anything about those kinds of situations, so you're good. Yeah. Wow. You like it in the butt, boy? Number 20. I have a friend who lives at home with his mom. He is old enough and probably makes enough to move out, but hasn't because honestly, he has a pretty good deal. She doesn't charge rent. It's happy to have him there, and they get along great. In fact, even his friends, like me, consider her more like a friend than our friend's mom. Anyhow, being a dick one time, I scanned his browser history. Literally all mom and son porn. Going back weeks. Nothing but. This was disturbing. And concerning. Now I am regularly encouraging him to get his own place. Somebody else said, that's creepy. Somebody said, what the fuck's up with all the family porno around these days? I end up watching it, and I'm not even into that shit. Well, the same could be said of the furry porn for everybody. I don't even like this, but I guess I might as well. You know what I mean? Oh my God. That face looks so confused. Stripes, did you do it like that on purpose?
Oh, how could I?
Oh man, he looks like he's gotta go to the bathroom or something. Oh. Okay, sorry. I muted, like, Stripes is drawing right now, and oh man, she is drawing right now. And earlier I muted the mic to say, oh, I see you draw that character a lot. Why don't you draw them in like a different style? Not style, but like in a different pose than you normally would. And I just looked over to what she's drawing, and this guy looks like he's got to take a big crap or something. Just the facial expressions. It's just adorable. Okay. Sorry about that. Fuck me. Okay. Number 19. I come from a very religious family, and through Snapchat's recommended friends from my contacts, I found out my cousin runs a fairly popular porn account. But which one? There are so many. Number 18, guys. That my brother and his wife were screwing around while her first husband was on his deathbed. Wow, dude. Y'all can't even wait. Wow. My brother and his wife were screwing around while her first husband was on his deathbed. And that she blatantly lied to my brother about her being unable to have children. So their first child is not a miracle baby accident. Okay. What the hell, man? Sounds like a healthy relationship, says somebody. Number 17. I found out that one of my best friends is an illegal immigrant and is totally unaware of it. I slept over one night, went to grab a drink from the kitchen, and her parents were talking about how they might bring it up to her since she's getting older. The irony is that she frequently talks about how illegal immigrants should immigrate legally, and that it's unfair her parents had to spend the time and money to get here the right way. Oh yeah. Somebody else said, I'm a hiring manager and we do teen internships over the summer. To get the internship, we have to e-verify you. The 17-year-old kid found out through me that her social security number was fake. And she was an illegal immigrant. I'm kidding. That's not the only place that an immigrant can come from, guys. Stop being so Mexi-racist. That's the new term. Hashtag Mexi-racist. Number 16. One of my buddies has banged his girlfriend's mom numerous times and is still having very inappropriate texts and emails with her. She's married and has a very nice family, so it's especially wrong. These fucking hoes, man. These fucking hoes. Married lady, fucking little kid. It's tough to see the girlfriend around and not say anything. Come on now. Somebody said not to condone the actions of the guy, but what kind of mother would hurt her daughter like this? She's married, bro. Yeah, hurt her family. She has a husband as well. Why it's all about the daughter? What is wrong with you people? Number 15. Somehow I would never tell my ex. I always knew the exact moment she fell asleep because she would fart. Oh, somebody said this is so innocent.
Oh, that's so innocent. She goes to sleep and farts like a dog.
Number 14. One of our vice presidents is into interracial gangbangs. Well, who isn't? I'm kidding. Clear your search history before calling IT to look at your personal computer. Like he pays you people to know how to do things on his own. This nigga probably don't understand search histories or care, you know. Why should he care? It's not illegal. It's not illegal to get down. You know what I'm talking about? Gotta get down, gotta get down. Gotta get down, gotta get down. That's enough. Number 13. My best friend is adopted. I overheard his parents talking about it one night. It would break him if I knew. Oh, he doesn't even know. Damn. I don't get the stigma with adoption either. Get over it, you know. What's it gonna change? You're not my real dad. Number 12. Found out that my wife hates eggs because that's basically all they ate for a few months, so her parents could afford to splurge on her debut. Her debut album? What does she become? Somebody says, since this blew up, a debut is a traditional coming of age celebration in the Philippines, which celebrates a young woman's 18th birthday. Oh, so it's kind of like a Sweet 16 or a quinceañera. Oh, whoa, he wrote Sweet 16 and quinceañera. Wow, he's like writing it for me. Wow, it's like I didn't even have to think. Wow. I should put that in a tab. Is there a spot for a tab that just says wow? You can look. Number 11. My boss is going through a divorce and selling it at work like it is the first time ever, and how devastated he is, and using it to gain favor points to get away with coming in 3 hours late and leaving early every day. Well, that's your boss, nigga. Not saying that it might not be devastating, but allow me to go on. By the tracking of his schedule I have been keeping, since no one else does, he is working about 15 to 20 hours per week for the past 4 months. I checked into him. He has been married 4 times previously. He had never been the petitioner for any of these divorces, including this one. The deed on his house has been changed several times to add and remove each wife from it, as well as refinance to buy them out. Interesting. He is a severe alcoholic and a prick in general. Yeah, not going to tell him that I dug his life out of the internet like an infected ingrown toenail. Ooh, delicious. Somebody else responds, that seems like something that should drop on his desk on yours or his last day, after sending photocopies to every single person that he spent months getting sympathy from. Then as you walk out of the office, you put your fist in the air and freeze frame. Hey, 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 burn, burn, don't you forget about me. A response reads, what the hell is that? A former employee. They had some evidence that an old boss was a dick, and when they left the office, they stopped to do a freeze frame fist in the air pose. They'd been stuck like that ever since. No one can move them, and they say, if you get too close, you'll get infected by the concentrated smugness and turn into that office guy. Oh, God. What's the box next to it? Decorations. We like to spruce them up for the holidays. Concentrated smugness. I like that. Number 10. I had a friend that I worked with who had two faces. Wow. One was very kind, and she acted like everything she did was in my best interest. The other one was very competitive and would do anything to reach her goals, including cutting others down. So what, this is like your everyday woman, you know? What woman doesn't have minimum two faces? Minimum two faces. That's what the popular character from Marvel's Superman villain is all about. It was inspired by a woman. Marvel's Superman. The Matrix. Come with me, Mr. Potter. I will show you the One Ring. One day I found an email she wrote our boss saying bad things about me. Wow. I never told her. I just looked into her eyes when she talked, knowing full well that there was going to be a world of bullshit behind all that. I was able to cut her out of my life as of recently, so I won't be telling her anything anytime soon. I like pizza. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. I love you, Mr. Rambles. What are the toppings, though? You can't just leave it at that. What are the toppings? Number 9. Found out a few years ago that a friend's sister is really his mother. Holy balls. And that his parents are really his grandparents. His real mom was so young that they took the baby in and raised him for their own so as not to spoil her future. They are all kind of messed up now, unfortunately. Now they're messed up. Somebody said my best friend is the same way, except everyone knows the best guy I've ever known works hard, little girl, and on the way bought a house, always pays his bills. I'd have no problem taking a bullet for him. Closest thing to a brother I've ever had, and maybe a daddy as well. Uh-oh. Hey, I love that face. What? Why are you drawing stripes?
Let me do what I want to do.
Draw a new character. You can draw any character that looks like that. Just stop making it that, because you always put all of this work into that, but never anything else. Take that facial expression and expression. You're breaking my brain. Number 8. Found out that a friend of mine has only ever done anal. Oh, my brother has only ever done anal. He's gay. Freeze frame. Number 7. Oh, here we go. I know that one of my best friends from high school and college had sex with his sister for an extended period of time. I actually sort of on and off dated her for a while during that time, and he got really weird. Of course, at the time, I assumed it was just a, hey, you're banging my sister, this is awkward kind of thing. Later on, he and I were roommates, and she and I had long since stopped any romantic interest. I used to work Saturday mornings pretty much every weekend. However, one week I was off, and I guess he thought I was gone. I came downstairs and was trying to find him to see if he wanted to do anything that day. It ended up it ended up he was in the basement bathroom where he usually showered and stuff. Before I realized that, I went in his room where his computer was, and there was a list of files pulled up in a window dating over a 3-year period. In another window, there was a video up that he was obviously editing, and it was a very clearly him fucking his sister in the very room I was standing in. Oh. So somebody else says, so all these videos you see on the internet under the sibling section may not be 100% fiction. No matter what they take from you, they can't take away your incest porn. Number 6, I found out my dad is gay and has been cheating on my mom with... Now this is particularly funny. Listener, if you're just listening and not watching, I'm going to go ahead and start from the beginning and read this to you to give you context as to why this is a funny comment. I found out my dad is gay and has been cheating on my mom with a man, but in front of a man, they wrote another and then crossed out another man. Because the comedy there is the insinuation that the wife was a man, or his mom was a man. Because another man would make the first one a man too, but his mom's a lady. Wow. A response reads, my parents were in the same situation. Everyone assumed my mother knew because it was so obvious. Apparently she's the only one that had no idea. I think I'm the one that wasn't bothered by the reveal and following divorce. Good luck with that. Something to consider. My mom says the most painful part is wasting so much of her life with someone that didn't love her back. You know, the best part of waking up is adultery in your cup. Number 5. Discovered that my uncle impregnated a woman just after World War II in Germany and got sent back to the States before the little girl was born. And he married his high school sweetheart and has never acknowledged the German woman and her baby girl, even though she sent many letters, which my grandmother kept. Now his 3 kids, my cousins, have no knowledge of their older sister over in Germany. Well, at least it'll make a great episode, you know, when they decide to get on a plane and fly over there to meet their, you know, identical but German, fucking cartoons. Number 4, found out a friend of mine's username on here, doing some late night stalking, and stumbled upon a story on how her uncle raped her. Ooh. I imagine her trust with me would be broken if she found out that I knew she hasn't told me for a reason. A response reads, the anonymity of the internet can be really cathartic for people. I think it's good that you understand and respect her keeping that under wraps, you know? You know, an anonymity can be cathartic, guys. It can almost be therapeutic with how many things you can just do. Do you have D cups? Kick Kyle, you know? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, right? He can't be serious. If she ever does tell you, then I think that by having already stumbled across her story, you'll be better prepared to be a receptive audience for her. Somebody else would be like, my dumbass would be all like, aha, I knew it. Classic Dave the Jew. Now, number 3 reads, damn, what is all this? My mom has a vibrator, but I don't actually think she knows what it does, and instead uses it on her face. I've seen her turn it on and use it as a massage. She's playing around with y'all. This is like the funniest joke. I think if she did, it wouldn't be sitting right on her nightstand where everybody could see it. She's a little old Chinese lady who probably took the words personal massager as a literal translation. I don't have the heart to tell her what it is. Well, if she's an old Chinese lady, yeah. What did people wanna... Oh my god, can we show this? I don't know. It's not... Yeah, come on. We can show that. What the bing bong? Oh, what the bing bang? Oh, la la, hola, got that back massage. Anyway, face massage. You should just for the look she'll give you. What do you mean? Oh, you should tell her. These moments only happen a few times in life. You should take every opportunity. They go, I don't know. I might be the one with the jaw on the floor if mom calmly replies that she's fully aware of its primary utility, but it's not rigid about how it used to. Oh God. Dearest mother, I said with a shake of my head, it's not meant for above, but below. It's designed for the lips that are nearer your hips. But she smiled and she whispered, I know. Fuck me. Number 2. Strange guy started at my job, told us he was famous from the state he was from. Radio show host. Wow. This and that. I decided to do some Googling. Turns out he was taking upskirt photos of underage girls at Walmart. Oh, shit. He got arrested and sentenced to prison. He was fired from the radio show, wife left him, and took his millions. And all that happened around January 2016. Figured he moved to a tiny town to escape all that from his hometown. Too long didn't read. Old nice guy started at my work. It turns out he's a sex offender. Wow. That guy does not understand how Google works. I'm famous, you know. Yeah, famous with those little girls at Walmart. Number 1, we finally made it. I am in a fantasy football league at work. Something tells me this one's gonna suck, but I guess a whole bunch of football fans upvoted it to the top. I was in our error loading subreddit information. We can just assume that this is fantasy football for context. And I saw that there was a post identical to a question my work buddy asked me that day. I looked at his username, and he used his real first name. I checked his user history, and yes, it was him. Instead of spoiling it with a, ha, gotcha, buddy, right then and there, I've been following his posts and giving him bad advice on drops he should make and lopsided trades he should specifically make with me. This all started 2 years ago, and he's since dropped out of the contention and is now a basement-dwelling bottom feeder at about 9th or 10th place. Jeez, man. That's pretty cruel. Somebody said when you finally tell him, he's going to be so mad and equally impressed. And he says, you kidding? I'm gonna die with this. I should come clean now and admit that once I knew I could manipulate him in real life through Reddit, I didn't stop at just fantasy football. I mean, it is a long off season. No, he also likes travel and frequents the subreddit of local town. Don't you think that he could come here? Don't you think that he would, if he's on Reddit for fantasy football, what makes you think he'd stop there? Don't you think he would see Ask Reddit posts that are at the top of the subreddit right now? You don't just go to one Reddit. Man, edit to the people to the people out there who think I'm trying to get this guy killed. I've got to explain the dynamic here. We're very close. We work shoulder to shoulder for some time. 12 to 18 hours a day. There's nothing we don't know about each other except each other's Reddit usernames, apparently, including what kind of porn we like. Well, why don't you guys just make out, bro job, especially that. So anything he posts to Reddit, I've already known in real life for years. I love the guy, but I also like winning. And fucking with those I love comes in a close second. It's not like I'd send him into real danger. Come on, I'm a fucking asshole and arguably a sociopath, but it's always been a joke. Okay. And other people are like, this went from good friend joke to absolute stalking and harassment. How dare you? The internet. Welcome to the internet, where, unless it's Facebook, you're subject to intense scrutiny, where, unless it's very funny and you end up on Ellen, people are gonna be mad with me. But why can't I be honest about my favorite cup size being double D? At least on the females. T Are we done with this list? Give me lots of dollars, man. How do we solve this now, bitch? 5 hours later. You want to like redraw? Best out of 3. Haha, 1-0. 1-1, bro. Nice one, dude. Oh my god, I won. No, I won. No, 2-1 me. Okay, good game. Now get out of here. I'll draw so fast you'll cry. Shit, calm down. My gun isn't even real. Mine either. That was stupid. Jesus Christ, the internet is so stupid. Ugh. People posting pictures of... Whoa! I'll never find one. He looks so beautiful. I'll never find Genghis Khan. Why? I went where? Why we still can't take real pictures? I mean, like, we can't take a Pokemon that we've already caught and then pose it in augmented reality wherever we want. So, guys, that was I did it, you know? Fuck me. So, I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are, whenever this is. Take it easy. You know, I'll be trying not to hurt myself. You know, I wonder if I could get some massagers to put onto my wish list. Jeez. Jeez. Later, guys.